Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be looking at numbers of issues starting from Ogun State. Herbalist prophets killed women for 200 million naira rituals. From Kwara State, Governor dumps bread on bare floor, people scramble for it. Insecurity, Pope Francis expresses worried about increasing kidnappings in Nigeria. Immigration, Nigerian nurses sue council over obnoxious circular. These are the issues we'll be looking at today. When I return from this short break, I will introduce my guest to you. Do stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and joining me this afternoon on this conversation is Comrade Victor O.J., popularly called Wombox. He is a senior special assistant on civil society and NGOs to the executive governor of Delta State. He's also the lead activist for Young Nigerians' rights organizations. Thank you, Victor, for joining me on the show this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
And also in the studio with us this afternoon is Mr. Kingsley George Papame. He is a public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining me, Apostle. All right, our first story for today is from Ogun State. 7 suspected ritualists who were paraded in connection with the murder of a 35-year-old woman, Solomon Adijat, by the police in Abeokuta, Ogun State on Thursday, on the 9th January 2024. Adeboya Oluwale Azi invited Solomon Adijat on a date to Sunshine Hotel at Tanota, where she was later taken to Abidimi Moses Shrine at Igbo Olomi area of Otaota, Ogun State. She was killed by Adebimi Moses and other now at the lodge, and dismembered. Her body parts were taken to Abidemi Moses' house at Atan Ota to meet Oluwa Samuel Monday and Prophet Peter Oluwole Sele, who were waiting for the arrival of the body parts. Oluwa Samuel Monday collected the head, 2 breasts, some vital parts, and other body parts of the deceased. Oluwa Samuel Monday prepared the body parts in a local pot and lighted firewood to burn it in Adebimi Moses' house till the next day, while Prophet Peter Oluwo Sele joined Oluwa Moses Monday to kill the ram that was used to appease the spirit of the deceased during the process of performing money rituals. Prophet Peter Oluwolo Sele and Prophet Jaminu Yusuf were also given some parts of the deceased. On 10th January 2024, Sheriff Agbami and also Jihem Alointoria came to collect the money ritual soap from Oluwa Monday Samuel and travel back to their location in Edo State. But after 3 weeks of betting and usage of other items as directed by Oluwa Monday Samuel, and other boats complained bitterly that the money rituals failed to yield the expected amount of 200 million naira in 7 days. The relative of the deceased later came to the police station and identified one of the 10 bags that were recovered as a handbag of their daughter Solomon Adijat. Further investigation revealed that sometimes in 19th of November 2023, Sheriff Agbami and the Oshojahim contacted Oluwa Samuel Monday, aka Oluwa Mandela, to perform money rituals known as Oshole that can produce 200 million naira within 7 days, while Oluwa Samuel Monday charged the Odo of Sheriff and Oshogbahem the sum of 800,000 and agreed to prepare the materials for the money rituals. Oluwa Samuel Monday, in furtherance of his criminal intention, later contacted Peter Oluwasele and was not in a new thread of human parts to get for a lady between the age of 18 years to 20 in order to deliver her mutilated body parts, especially the head, 2 breast, vagina, and her 2 ricks that will be used for money rituals. Peter Oluwalosele, who is a acclaimed prophet of the White Garment Church located in Ibadan, Oyo State, contacted another colleague of his, one Prophet Jamus Yusuf, aka Eri Moses, in Lagos State, who is notorious in supplying human parts for rituals purposes. Victor O.J., this is a case of rituals, and of course it's not a new thing. Herbalists and acclaimed prophet of White Garment Church killed a woman, that is Mrs. Adijat, for 200 million for money rituals. What psychological factors actually drive individuals to participate or believe in the efficiency of using body path for rituals because it's really rampant in our society these days. Are there any cultural or historical reason behind the use of body parts in making money rituals? What is the reason behind all of this?
Personally, I don't believe in money ritual. I believe in hard work. Even the Bible says the hard work a man shall be paid for him. So any young man or woman that is reasonable should know that socioeconomic activities, if you want to upgrade or improve yourself or the country, by ritual you cannot, because even when you go into ritual and maybe money comes, whatever, you end up maybe buying a Nigerian used car or a second-hand car that you import from Cotonou or Canada. Whereas musicians in America and other climes, they can afford even the latest 2024 car without involving in rituals. Even private entrepreneurs, even social media giants, owners, CEOs, they never engaged with rituals. But today, you will see them, they are at a very high level based on hard work. Look at our youth recently. Look at how social media has changed the lives of our youth lately in Nigeria. And a lot of youth are taking advantage of money you can make from social media content creation on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, various platforms. So I wonder why the youth at this jet age will still be engaged in money ritual. Even some parts of Africa, I think East Africa, they're engaged with albinos. They like using albinos because they believe albino, if you use them for money ritual, it costs money. But the truth, to me personally, my personal opinion, money ritual cannot give you money. Rather, hard work can give you money. And most of my friends, allies, over the years, partnership as a civil society leader in Delta State, I have a good relationship with the police community because we partner to resolve a lot of crimes here in Delta State and even outside Delta State. We notice that this ritual issue, when you talk about mostly the Southwest, most of the crimes that the police commissioners do handle there or the state CIDs are more of this ritual. So it's more rampant in the Southwest of Nigeria. I'm talking about the Yoruba region than this our side that is Delta State. When you want to talk about what is frequent here, you talk about land. Maybe a land baron will sell one property for 5 people and he doesn't mind going to prison for 10 years. That is what is rampant here in Delta State. I mean, disposing or conversion, where you convert people's properties to your own over and over and over. So, but the truth is, our government has failed Nigerians with respect to awareness, public awareness and orientation. I keep saying this, the Directorate of Orientation, whether state or federal level, they should engage on programs, on radio, on TV, billboards that will educate and enlighten the youth on the direction to follow to make money. Because you see this social media, the youth should take advantage of it. Another unfortunate thing is that our government of Nigeria always ensure that any legitimate means that the youth use in making money, they always make sure they block it. It is very bad. Recently, prior to now, they banned cryptocurrency trade. The youth found another means for P2P, peer-to-peer transaction. Currently, the current government of APC, they have now banned the apps that we use for cryptocurrency. It is very unfair. The youth are now driven into criminality. Currently in Delta State of Washuku, what is going on is armed robbery. And from the CCTV footage, most of the footage that we've seen, we found out that these youth are 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old that engages in this robbery. They are like usually 40 in numbers. When they want to come and rob, they will be at any region they go to for like 4 hours. Why? Because the Yahoo is no longer paying them. Most of them are now involved with those that are still seeing the 419 money. They are now involved in these human rituals. And I know that is not the right way to go. the government needs to live up to their tax, their mandate, their duty of care for the youth. The government needs to partner with these social media giants, because most of all these platforms that our youth are even using to make money in Nigeria, they don't create the platform from Nigeria. They make sure they communicate with allies or friends abroad, or they pay any Nigerian living abroad to create the account for them. After which they'll send them the login details that they will now use to start creating content to upload, and most likely they will bargain with their friends or allies the percentage that they are going to be getting, because they are going to use the information of the Nigerian young man or young woman abroad to create it. So the government should up their game. They should, just the way they went to bring Binance to regulate P2P transactions for the youth, they should also approach Facebook, TikTok, and other social media platforms that usually pay the youth for content creation. They should engage with them and also get involved, go into awareness program, because countries like Finland, there is zero crime. They no longer have prison. Some countries don't, most countries in Europe don't have military because they don't see the use of military, because they don't plan to go into war. Most countries make use of police or community policing. So our government needs to up their game. Even the EFCC, they are not getting it right. Today in Delta State, we decided that we will not join the NLC for peaceful protest.
Okay, we are coming for that. We are coming for that. We are definitely going to talk about, we are coming for that. Let me confirm from Mr. Kingsley first. The story stated here, how all of this came to a book is because the people, those that went to buy, meanwhile, let me remind you that Ms. Solomon Adidja's body parts were actually used to make a soap for money rituals. And then some persons from Edo State actually purchased this. They were expecting to make 200 million within 7 days. But unfortunately, it did not work. That is why I asked Victor, what is really the psychological side of people, individuals, that is really driving individuals into this? Does these things really work? We just have one here that after using the soap and all of those made from the body parts of Ms. Adidjat, nothing came out. It was a total waste. So why do they keep, who is washing their head into this when it is not working? Or could it be that this is one of the case that did not, did not work for them? Does it actually work?
Actually, our society these days are coming up with so many disappointments. Disappointment is in the fact that we seem not to make society better for ourselves. We make society worse for ourselves. I say ourselves because Nigerians have not still come up with their value system. There's no value system. Everybody feels he can just wake up in the morning and goes his own way and act his own way and make things want to happen in his own way without setting a precedence or looking upon a precedence where other people can follow. Nigeria today, because of the financial challenges that we are running back to oral science report, isn't it? Oral science report. Now, where is the value system that when we are falling apart from not, in fact, abusing human rights? This is an abuse of human rights. Killing somebody and taking somebody's life is an abuse of human rights. And then at the end of the day, which kind of, framework is Nigeria or Nigerians working upon? What value system?
Now,
there's no value system.
Kingsley,
the value system that I see that they're working on is that there is poverty in the land.
No, we know that. If you ask them, of course they ask them, and they are saying it's hardship.
It's what I'm saying.
That has caused them into doing this. But I'm asking, if this one did not work, it means that there are several that has not worked.
Yes.
And they are busy abusing human rights. Why do they go ahead to do it if all of this does not work? Does it really work? Does all of using body rituals, does it really work for them?
No.
Then why do they keep killing?
Yeah, why they keep killing is that You know, is in the woman body is made up of a spirit.
Okay.
The formation of man is made up of a spirit, and so when you are offering a particular thing to a particular spirit, it is either the spirit will accept or the spirit will not accept. Those are just the spiritually. It will either be accept or it will. That's why they made us understand that they were killing a goat
to appease
the spirit, to accept what they were doing.
And why didn't they give the goats to use the goats for the pounding for the ritual?
I think that one will not be to my own understanding. But what I believe is that we all have a belief system, and the belief system that you have might not be the belief system I have, and your faith, which will work for your own, might not work for my own. So it's all about the belief system. But the belief system of all put together is that we must obey rules.
All right.
If you refuse to obey the rules and you go contrary to the rules, you might not get the actual result.
Right,
so people should come back and understand that what they are doing, with all the evil they are doing, is to their fellow human being, which could either affect them, and in this case, it has already affected them because they've been arrested.
And it's a good thing that they have arrested all of them, and we hope that the best friend of the disease who lure her into this condition will definitely be fished out to be prosecuted. All right, the second story for today is from Kwara State. In a shocking and deplorable display, Governor AA reportedly dumped bread on a bare floor, compelling people to scramble for it as if they were animals. This appealing out highlighted the depth of insensitivity and disregard for human dignity. It is a stark reminder of the widespread hunger and hardship that many Nigerians are enduring, particularly under the current administration. This incident underscores a high issue of government and accountability. It raises questions about the priorities of those in power and their commitment to serving the people. Instead of adding the root cause of hunger and poverty, such action only serve to dehumanize them and degrade the very citizens they are meant to represent. The situation calls for urgent action and intervention. It is imperative that we hold our leaders accountable and demand better treatment for all Nigerians. This incident should serve as a wake-up call for us to collectively address the systematic issues that have led to such appalling conditions. As citizens, we must come together to advocate for policies that prioritize the well-being and dignity of all Nigerians. We cannot afford to remain silent in the face of such injustice and disregard for human life. It is time to stand up and demand a better future for our country and its people. Victor Oje, this question is for you. Victor, are you there? All right, the governor of Kwara State, AA, has reportedly dumped bread on the floor, on the bare floor, not just floor, on the bare floor, compelling people to scramble for it. If this is a call to action for all Nigerians to unite and demand better governance, accountability, and respect for human dignity, where are we going to start from with the level of corruption in the political system in our country as it stands now? Which path are we going to follow? Because it seems the masses do not have the voice. You can imagine what is going on in Kwara State right now. They are rushing just to pick something on the floor to eat. And this is a leader that's supposed to protect the people, that's supposed to be for the people. This is the way they are serving Nigerians, the masses, the people that voted them into power. If we are ready to wake up and come together to demand for our rights, where are we going to start from?
The question now is, who do you blame for what is going on in Nigeria today? The person's name is ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo. In 1978, the late Bala Usman and Dr. Shego Oshoba prepared a minority constitution that would have taken care of the socio-economic aspect of the youth. What did Obasanjo do? Obasanjo rejected it. That minority constitution would have taken care of the welfare of the youth. by way of also checkmating social aspect of crime control. Because if there is no hunger, crime will be reduced. Today, like I said previously, 2 minutes ago, robbery has been going on in Delta State from communities where there are campuses, where there are youths. And from the CCTV footage, we saw the age grade from age grade 17 to 22, not more than 25 years of age, engaged in door-to-door robbery, about 40 in numbers. Can you imagine?
When we go from my airport, look at them, look at them. Hey! Hey! Wow! Hey! 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 Oh, yeah, yo,
Because if you look at most Europe countries, they are welfare states. Their means of operation is welfare. They take care of their citizens. Citizens have access to credit, and you pay back when you start working. They'll start deducting it. Even in Nigeria, we don't have good housing programs or projects. How many governors are involved with housing projects? Currently in Delta State, the cost of renting apartments is on the high side. Had it been, like I said earlier on, that Obasanjo approved not the major constitution that we are using today, that has been upgraded, amended, 1999 constitution has amended. Had it been, we also had our minority constitution. By now, crime rate in Nigeria will be very low. Why? All youth are benefiting from the government. But the government is not interested in the youth. And these are people in government that during their time in the 60s and 70s, these men enjoyed free education, welfare, even scholarship to US, UK, any part of the world that they want to go and study. Even when they come back, they have like 5 different jobs waiting for them. It's there for them to choose where the direction to go. But today, graduates will graduate, no job. Even when you get a job, they are not paying you well. You know, even some bankers started taking their lives, drinking sniper inside the banking toilets, you know. So you see that the government is not even interested in the youth. They have no plan, no project. Even if they organize programs for the youth, it is still their political allies. It is still them. It is still who do you know in government that they used to distribute this little opportunity that comes around once in a while. So the government needs to up their game, though I know they will not. They are not interested. President Tinubu
Victor,
giving a palliative of 50,000 naira, that is not enough. Look, because how long will you continue like that? Why not go into creation of job opportunities for this youth?
can you hear me?
I've said it earlier on. I'm hearing you.
All right. You are saying that you are blaming Olusegun Obasanjo for the hardship in Nigeria.
Yes.
I want to ask you, if your father did not do well, and you are grown, you are done with school, you are a graduate, and you decide not to do well, will you still apportion blame to your father for not putting things in order? If your father couldn't put things in order, is it totally out of place for you as a child that have grown up, a graduate, you know your left from right, not to do the right thing? Because after Obasanjo, I think we have up to 2 to 3 administration before this one. Why do you still apportion blame to Obasanjo with what is going on? What does that have to do with the governor of Kwara State spreading bread on the floor for the masses to eat? How do you marry those two stories that you just give me now?
This is fucking happening live in the Lorry campaign. You can see. When we go from my airport, look at them, look at them. Hey! Hey! Wow! Hey! 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 Oh, yeah, yo!
1989, 1999. Even today, as we speak, electricity that used to be on the exclusive list of the government, they have upgraded the constitution such that electricity is now on the no longer on the exclusive list. State governments are now into power projects. Delta states are currently working on their power policies. Abia State is about to kick off their 247 power generation. Look, change is a constant. It's good a leader lead by example. Do you know when Obasanjo was even president from 1999 till he left office, that PDP, they used to celebrate that they lead the election and they won. Obasanjo refused to amend a lot. Even when the current president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, constructed the power IPP, do you know that Obasanjo refused, took him to court that he cannot operate that power plant for the people of Lagos State to benefit? That will let you know the kind of manner of man Olusegun Obasanjo is. That it doesn't mean well for Nigeria.
Well, I understand.
If you want to lead by example, you must live a life that is worthy of emulation. Obasanjo did not do well as a president. 2 times military and democracy.
So you are saying indirectly that Obasanjo is the reason the governor of Kwara State dropped bread on the floor for the masses to feed from.
Yes.
That is what you are telling me.
Yes.
All right. Let me ask Mr. Kingsley Papame. Do you totally agree with what Victor Oje said, that Obasanjo's administration regime is a reason for the single act that we saw yesterday in Kwara State?
I think what he is trying to say is that as leaders, they are supposed to set precedents, as I said before.
And since they didn't, what happened to the new administration?
I think the new government is also not doing well. They are not doing well in the sense that if this is what we have as a governor, if you have 1 bag of rice as a governor, it's better for you to tell the people to join you to share the 1 bag of rice. I don't know whether you understand me. That is a more civilized way of doing it than keeping it on the floor. Keeping it on the floor is as if you are telling even the animal to come and drag with them. So it's not a good option. All right? What we expected for the governor to do is that there are stakeholders, there are local governments, there are community leaders. Call these people together. There are other leaders that are involved in the government process, lawmakers. All of them should come together, sit together, and give, in fact, make useful contributions that will bring about, putting things in order in the state. It's not a selfish thing. The governor on his own do not have the total authority, but he's a governor, and he's for the governed, and the governed are the people. The people have a say, and not him degrading them to that level. It's too inhuman. Bringing what somebody will eat to the floor, it's a disgrace. To me, it's a disgrace. I think it's not allowed in such a democratic society where people have a say and where people need to enjoy the dividends of democracy. And I want to tell our leaders that time has come when they should think of sustainability. Sustainability is a framework that every state should put in place, not the federal government. Every state, there should be sustainability program in their budget, so that this is what we are putting on ground in case our economy fails, in case there is tax problem, in case there are issues that will bother and bring distress to the state. This is what we will lean on, and this is what we can put on ground for our people to survive with. No such strategy. What we see is this government will come, loot, involve themselves into corruption, and then at the end of the day, you see the citizens wallowing in poverty and then going into crime here and there. And a lot of our youth today, if you ask me, I'll tell you, are into cyber crimes. If you go to the EFCC and ICPC, you will see a lot of our youth going useless because of what? Our leader did not put things rightly. And that's what Victor is saying, that we need to get a leadership value. What are the values that our leaders are setting in place for us and our generation that are coming behind to lean on, to rest confidence in it, not the order of the fact that in every government there will be no accountability and there will be no transparency. We need accountability, we need transparency, and this government that is in place, led by President Bola Tinubu, should look more on, I repeat again, should look more on creating and establishing more refineries, because that is what is possible to sustain in the economy right now. because we have the fuel, we have the crude oil, and we need a refining plant everywhere, like America. America has over 115 refineries, and these refineries is what is keeping America all over Europe flowing. And what is Nigeria still doing? When we have the oil wells, we need these refineries to stand in place so that at the end of the day, we have something to lean on. If our fuel is everywhere today, I think even our transportation will be very, very fair for even the common man to survive with what he has. But poverty is everywhere, and poverty is what is causing crime everywhere. Poverty.
All right, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break.
When peace
The Ejogu family of Umunna in Amuju in Isu local government area of Imo State cheerfully mourn the demise of their daughter, sister and mother, prophetess Kola Ijoma Ejogu, whose event occurred on Saturday, 5th of January 2024 at UPTH. Burial arrangement, night of tribute. Date is Thursday, the 29th of February 2024. Time is 4 p.m. and venue is Wish Complex, Wish Avenue Radio Estate, NTA Road, Uzoba, Port Harcourt. Burial service, Order of God of Abraham Ministries. Date Sunday, the 3rd of March 2024. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Venue Umunna in Izu, local government area of Imo State. Retirement follows immediately after service. She is survived by Mrs. Roslyn Obona Murder, Raphael, Richard, and Wisdom sons, Sonny Ejogu, Ugochukwu Ejogu, Chukwudi Ejogu as brothers, and Kechinere Sebastian sister. May her soul rest in peace. Sign, Apostle Sonny Ejogu and Senior Leader Raphael Ukudiri Ejogu on behalf of the family.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and now the rest of our stories. The Pope prayed for Nigerians' authorities to fought against the menace to yield fruit as much as possible, as stated in a statement via his X account on Sunday. He said the increasingly frequent kidnappings in Nigeria are extremely concerning. I express my closeness in prayers to the Nigerian people, hoping that efforts will be made to contain the spread of these incidents as much as possible. His comment comes on the heel of the rising cases of kidnapping in several parts of Nigeria. Adopters have led search to many parts of the country, kidnapping people and school pupils for ransom. Some others have also been killed by adopters, prompting police authorities in Nigeria to launch a crackdown on the criminals. Mr. Victor, the Pope is so concerned about what is going on in Nigeria right now. Of course, you know about the increase in kidnapping, adoptions, and all of those in Nigeria that is posing a serious insecurity in our country. But I really want to understand. We could remember that late last year, the Pope said the blessing of same-sex marriage is legal, should be legal. And even when some bishops were trying to say no, that this is not what Pope said, Pope still came up to say this was his stand, and it still is stand. Is Pope not encouraging crime already? Is that not another form of encouraging crimes in the country? Because already it was a kind of shaking the Christendom, especially the Catholic churches, almost dividing Catholic Church, which he was of opinion that if some persons want to pull out, it's not a problem. Because he knows that when good thing wants to come, it will definitely divide for those that are for and for those that are against. And the Pope is saying that he's so concerned about the insecurity, yes. But is it not somehow encouraging crimes in the country?
You know, before this Pope, there was a Pope that was still alive. Then the Catholic, the Rome, the leadership of Rome, decided to claim that he's going on the sick leave before they brought this current Pope. Why? They brought him for the LGBTQ community. Because the LGBTQ community, they are a very powerful community, the lesbian and gay organizations all over the world. It's a very powerful organization. They have a very strong network. You saw the president of America celebrating with them, having dinner with them. Look, you see the problem we are having in Nigeria today, the socio-economic frustration going on in Nigeria, the sabotage of all our industries was funded by French government, who also funds Boko Haram and trains them, the United States of America, the British government. They have sabotaged all our industries. Recall, the Church Gate Group was used to sabotage our textile industries in Nigeria, so that our economy will not become an economy that will always import. And the problem with Nigerians is that they don't even consider these factors when they are complaining about our leaders. You saw what the French government did to the Francophone regions of Africa, completing them even while giving them freedom, independence. They gave them rules and regulations that they must follow. If you refuse to follow those rules, they will assassinate you, or they will organize or fund a coup against your government. That is what these Western and Europe clients have been engaged. Nigeria is the second most blessed country in Africa. Congo is the number one. There is no natural resources you want to look for that you will not see in Nigeria. Look at Sambisa Forest. There is California there. A gram costs how much? It's $7 million. A gram of California, which is in Sambisa Forest. That's why you see that even our government started employing Boko Haram, and they call them repentant Boko Haram members. All because some key players, some state actors in Nigeria are part of these crimes that are going on in Nigeria. This frustration, socio-economic attacks on our people. Nigeria will never be balanced, because if you make effort to balance this country, they are going to sabotage you. They are going to fund your people to work against you. Our problem are these giving hands, the IMF, the World Bank, and other organizations. They have ganged up against our economy. Look at the exchange rate of USD to Naira, pounds to Naira, Euro to Naira. You will see the gap. Our currency, our economy is now an importation economy. Nobody is educating the youth on what you make from exportation. Most youth don't know that when you engage in exportation, there is this money that the CBN by the law ought to give you in terms of encouraging exportation. Because when we start exporting, you see our currency will start having value. Look at China. China today is an exportation economy. That's why you see they are very okay. Look, if you don't have a reference point, you can never be a reference point. China started with Chairman Mao in 1947. After Chairman Mao died, Chairman Deng came on board and took the steps of Chairman Mao. That is how it continued till we have Z today. And Z is still following the ideology of Chairman Mao. That was why I said earlier on, President Obasanjo is the one to blame for the frustrations going on in Nigeria. If he had laid the foundation in 1978-79, if he had laid the foundation for that minority report that was given the constitution, to God who made me, Nigeria would have been a better nation. Imagine Dubai coming to beg Nigerians money, to borrow money during the time of Obasanjo's regime. And Obasanjo did not invest in Dubai. But look at Dubai today. If you compare Dubai to Nigeria, you will think we are exporting maybe granite oil only. You will not believe that we export oil in Nigeria as a country.
All right.
So the Pope is not interested in Africa. The foreigners are not interested. In 1884, they were far away in Berlin, Germany. They just brought Africa, shared it as if it is cow meat amongst themselves, the colonial masters. That was how they divided Africa. Today, we now have borders in Africa. But when you go to Europe, you go to every part of Europe, they are interlinked, no border, no boundary. You go to US, from Oklahoma, you can go to New York. From New York to Maryland, no boundaries. It is United States of America. But here in Africa, they created borders for us. They make sure we have differences. They always fund hatred. Even to God who made me, if you should investigate this bread that the governor put on the ground, you will see that there are some foreign, you might be sure that there are some foreign hands. All for propaganda against this present regime, to frustrate this present regime. That is just it. And our people are not ready. Our government are not also ready to do what they ought to do, to educate and enlighten our people, to equip our people with skill. We should try and copy China. Let us understudy how China got it. PNC, like I said, went on strike. Why can't they understudy how we could make our labor rights better? How we could upgrade our socio-economic policies by partnership with civil society, NGOs, and the government. We partner, work on these processes that will make our country a better country. The government is not interested in Nigeria or Africa. How can you say we are approved game? Something that is unthinkable, something that God beat, something that God used to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible.
All right, let me hear from Mr. Kingsley. Briefly, let me hear from you. What do you think about Pope's concern? Is it just to say, I am showing concern about Nigeria? What about bringing solution?
Yes, I think if you express concern about the security situation, means that he's calling for leaders in the country to build up their security architecture and make sure that lives and properties are well protected.
He's actually praying for them?
Yes, that's why I think he's actually praying for that. It's not a mistake. Yeah, because there are Christians here, and as a Pope, I think he has a say concerning human lives. I think he has a right.
But is he not somehow encouraging also, indirectly encouraging corruption somehow in our country?
In our country, I don't think so. But for the one that I know that is not too well with me is the same-sex marriage. Corruption,
same-sex marriage, insecurity, all of them is in the same category. So why are you saying you don't think so, but you know of this?
The reason is that I think Pope coming up and telling Nigerians that their lives are in danger and they need the protection of everybody. Everybody need to protect everybody. That's what it means.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley, for joining me on the show this afternoon. And thank you so much, Mr. Victor Oje, for joining me this afternoon on this conversation.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right, if you miss out, you can join us on all our social media platforms. But before we go, I'd like to say a very big thank you to our viewers out there. I am Immaculata Jacob Rikana. You can join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and continue to stay connected on ATM Socials till we come your way next time. Good afternoon.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATM.